You're set. We're
Okay.
off to the races.
We're-
Holy.
We're off or we're on? I don't know.
Oh, it's been so long, Zach. So long since I seen you last. Last time it was on the road when you were about to leave.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're in your
I was
truck.
headed home there, and I pulled up beside you there, and I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how long it's gonna be till I can get back to the Regina. It's quite a ways now.
Mhm.
Yeah, fuck. Yeah, I get that. I've been sitting here like, man, I want to go back and visit some people. It's not happening anytime soon. Yeah.
You'll come
So
by
what?
and visit. If not, I'll be out and about. Who knows?
See what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, obviously you got to come here and visit. You guys getting the vaccination? You know what? Yeah, I don't know. That's pretty controversial. You don't have to answer that.
Honestly, no.
Yeah, same.
So far, no. So far.
Yeah, it's kind of like wait. It's kind of like I'd rather wait. You want to see everything that comes out of it.
Yeah.
Like in
I mean, I
Regina
don't like
here.
how they're.
Sorry, what?
What?
Sorry, Zach.
I don't like how they're trying to judge the reopen date by the percentage of vaccinations. Like, shouldn't that still be like? I mean, nobody's been required to have their flu shot, right? It's like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, I think some. I don't know. My whole opinion on it is just very wishy-washy because it's like we've not obviously not everybody, but so many people have been wearing their masks and staying 6 feet apart. Why haven't the numbers gone down in like a year?
Yeah.
Why are we still in this mess?
Skyrocket at the moment. Still like 100, 150 cases a day. It's kind of crazy how that is. I tried to go to the drive-through and they've been out of vaccines for the past 3 days. Like you can check online at different cities if like the drive-throughs are like, oh, what the wait time is. I checked, closed, and it's like 10 minutes before they opened. It's been crazy over here.
damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if
And
it's 10 minutes before they open, wouldn't they be closed anyway?
yeah, so like they open their doors. People are lining up like before, like when the gates open. Pretty much, they line up outside on the side so they can get first pick, and then they count how many cars they have, and then estimate how many vaccines, and then they close right away. Like, oh, we're not allowing any more vaccines to be given out today. So there's a lot of like early closing because they're supposed to be open from 11 p.m. to 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. But then again, they close within the next 10 minutes to 30 minutes. It's kind of unfair for people that work, but I guess I have to wait in line for 3 hours or 4 hours just to get a vaccine shot.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's crazy. Well, welcome to this enlightening podcast. I'm Bryce. This is David.
Mr. Zack. Oh no,
Yeah.
that's on my screen. You're pointing to me.
Everyone's different around. Yeah, everyone's.
Okay. You're down here for me. You're here for me.
Okay.
Okay. We're obviously I gotta save the best for last. This is
Mhm.
Zack, the one and only. He's come on to share with us some of his history and some interesting things about him. I've known Zack for a while now, like a couple of years, I think.
Yeah, I met you.
I was in Regina for 2 years.
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
same time I met you. Year and a half ago or so.
Yeah.
Should be
yeah.
You
Why
are
don't
the
you-
second guest on this podcast here. Look at that. Second go around.
I thought you guys had something going every so often.
Yeah, just me and Bryce, but we had our first podcast was Donovan and you were our second. So look at that.
Yeah.
It's growing.
So starting out, we just did just us for the podcast, and then we started getting into guests. Then I think going forward, our plan is to do a podcast without a guest, then a podcast with a guest, then a podcast without, and then with and without, with so on and so forth.
It's so hard to like keep a schedule, but that's like on and off paper what we want to achieve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what I think we just need to do is just plan plan a day, and instead of recording every Sunday, we just pick a day where we can record several different podcasts, and then we have a lineup. And then when that gets near to empty of using all those, then we schedule for the next lineup.
Kind of have a bit of a bank on it. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And then organize it in the computers and all somehow. I'll be upgrading this shitty thing pretty soon. I've got $3,000 saved up so far. I won't be crashing in these things anymore.
Yeah, we don't need any crashes today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Zach,
mean, I don't need a $3,000 computer to run this. I just got my little S20s, so
yeah, I know.
All you need.
I like
That's
to.
all you need.
I like to go crisp for everything. So I can't connect this camera, unfortunately, to my phone, and I can't connect this crappy microphone to my phone. So I have to suffer with this crappy PC. But
Whatever works, whatever works. That's awesome.
exactly.
Well,
Zach, why don't you
yeah.
tell us a bit about your past? Tell us some highlights and some things you're willing to share about
Yourself.
your
So the
your
audience
interesting
knows
past.
who we're dealing with here.
all right.
then-
Well, I grew up around the Battlefords, mostly just south of Battleford on a farm, and then a lot of my smaller childhood was on the reserve, again south of Battleford, and probably around high school I moved into town, went through high school and whatnot. Tried to duck all the trouble I could. Still got in quite a bit of it.
Of course.
Um,
Yeah. High school's amazing for that.
And then once I graduated, I did a bunch of asphalt work. Did some things I really shouldn't have. Built some addictions and did something. Did some things I really shouldn't have. We can touch on that after, but just gonna give the overview.
Yeah.
And then once I was done that, I went to school for my heavy duty mechanics in Saskatoon. Stayed there for a year, and then looked around there for work for about 4 months while I was racing horses, and then found a job in Regina at Brant Tractor. Worked there for just over a year. They didn't really provide me with any apprenticeship or anything, so I said screw them and took off to the scrapyard after that. Ran some equipment, did some cool shit, almost died a few times. And then started working on trucks at Siemens in Regina.
Okay.
Again, they screwed me over on my apprenticeship. So now I'm out here in wonderful Fort Saskatchewan, Alberta.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy when I didn't realize there was a place called Saskatchewan in Alberta, and I'm like, man, they just wish. No.
It's my best way to be at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is find a place that's called
Dude,
Saskatchewan.
when I saw that you were on Fort Saskatchewan, I was like, what's he doing all the way back home right now? I'm like, oh wait, that's a place in Alberta. What the hell?
People might
So-
get very confused. It's not like Fort Capel, Saskatchewan. This is Fort Saskatchewan in Alberta, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. How far is that from Regina? Just like give or take.
It's honestly closer than Edmonton technically.
Okay.
It's very, very, very similar, but closer. I'd say probably
Average of 7 hours, I would assume.
8.5.
8.5. Okay, a little more. That's a bit of a drive. That's good. That's a whole day worth of driving right there.
That it is.
And what
It's like
and what
I
have you been
compared
doing
to-
with your life at the moment? Like, what are you keeping yourself busy with?
Just mainly work and horses, really. Had a month off work last month. As you guys know, I'm a real. I like my weed. And so someone at work decided to tell my boss that they thought I was smoking weed at work. And just after I was off for a week for a COVID test because I wasn't feeling too well,
Okay.
they hit me with a drug test.
Ah,
And of course, while I was off for a week, I was fucking stoned every day. So I just straight up told my boss, like, I'm not gonna pass it. So they made me cough up. What was it? $735.
got a fine. Wow.
No, it's a fee for the SAP program, the substance abuse program that they have.
Wow.
And
You weren't
basic,
even on work. Damn.
Yeah, they can
and
wait till you're done, like quarantine or whatever, right? Because your test can wait for that.
yeah,
Well, that's a shame.
Yeah, you think like if I were allowed to be like, well, this guy was just off for a week, like
And you can
I,
argue with, yeah, you can argue with that. Like you can argue of not taking it. You had to for the job.
it's trucking companies, so
Yeah.
they're extremely strict on that kind of shit, which is a real piss off.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly want to go logging now. Hey, fuck this fleet in city, big company policy bullshit.
Yeah.
no, that's not fun. I mean, like I couldn't imagine living a life that would try to restrict me for stuff like that. Like I guess I get that you got to be safe with people that are working on site and they should be sober, but if when they're at home not working, they should be allowed to indulge themselves in things like, well, you get a sobriety test because a guy's going home to drink, you know?
Got some
Like,
Bush beer.
yeah. So, you know, like of course someone who goes home and smokes weed is going to test positive. They shouldn't
Mm-hmm.
have to take that out of their life for work.
Yep.
But
They have to be more
company
lenient.
policy, I
Or
guess.
it'll
Yeah.
come. Weed and all that will be more lenient in the future. That's what I
Mhm.
believe
Yeah.
for
I
sure.
just feel like the place I'm at right now, it's an easy way to get my journeyman. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
once I get that ticket, then I'm
You're
fucking
out.
off and doing some other shit.
Yep.
I might even come back to Sask. Who knows? I've honestly been missing it a fucking ton lately.
Right. Right. Do you think what do you miss about it? Because I find I miss the people. I don't like the people here. What about you?
Well, I don't really know anybody here. Even being here for a year, like
Yeah.
especially with COVID, I've made a few buddies, but they've all kind of moved back to where they're from, or
Mhm.
otherwise it's just people I've met at the barns with the horses and whatnot. And all the people out there are evil as shit. They don't give a fuck nothing about business. So
Yeah.
it's
What's with these Alberta
kind of
like community here? Is like they're
I,
shit. They're angry all the time. They're like miserable. Like Bryce
I don't
said that in
know.
one time we talked about it. Now you're saying it. What's with the Alberta people here?
well, it's
Mixed.
not just Alberta people, it's my family, right? With the
Okay.
horses and whatnot there. I've been fucked out of I think like $3,500 last time when I was racing in Saskatoon just for buying some horses. It's just people are evil, animals are good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course the
Oh yeah.
animals.
Like when I say people here suck, I mean it's not like I've had the opportunity to really go out to bars and meet people, but majority of the people that I've met, like at least through my work or anything along those lines, are just in a gas station. I'm talking like most people I found don't want to give you time of day, and if they do want to give you time of day and they want to pretend to be nice to you, it's because they want something from you, and it's never genuine. When you go back to Saskatchewan, it all when people are chatting, it's more like, "Hey, bud, you want to have a smoke or something?" Right here, it's like, "Don't talk to me."
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
my experience. Yeah,
Like my
like
auntie's husband, he like all, on our Facebook messages, the last conversation before the most recent one was him saying, "Hey Zach, come out and help us do fencing," because I was staying at their place hanging out with the boy, like my auntie's boys and whatnot.
yeah,
And I'm like, all right, sure, whatever. Like I'll come help. And then I'm out there working for like 2 hours. He comes by. Oh, so is like some Wendy's good enough for this? I'm like, the fuck? I make $25 an hour, like just normally. I'm not working just for some burgers. Fuck this.
Hmm.
So I went back to the barns, played with horses. He fed me, and then posted on Facebook that they're back out doing that. So I'm like, all right, screw it. I'll go help them Wednesday, whatever. Just something to do because I've
Yeah.
been bored as shit all weekend. And I said, yeah, I'll come out Wednesday, give you some help or whatever. and I got one of them like Facebook Messenger thumbs up.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, whatever. And I just said, well, how did today go? No answer. Asked him another question. I forget what it was. No answer.
Right.
It's only when it's applicable to what they need.
Yeah. And then you're needed.
Yeah.
That's the kind of people I find I just gotta distance yourself from.
Yeah, stay away from those people, or like, hey,
Yeah.
screw this, I'm out of here. I don't like being treated like this, right? Of course, you gotta
Yeah.
stand up for yourself.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Mm-hmm.
That's for sure. So I'm curious a lot. You said you indulged in activities that you're not proud of. You don't have to. You only have to share stuff you're comfortable with sharing. I'm not gonna push upon.
I went down a little trail of addictions there. When I was doing asphalt, it was pretty much work 16-hour day, go to the bar, fucking pound some shots of absinthe, a little bit of vodka, just for a little equalizer.
The strong stuff, of course. Yeah.
Go back to the hotel room, do a bunch of cocaine till like 1 a.m., and then smoke a bunch of weed, get an hour's sleep, get back up, work in the morning, whatever. And it was a cycle. I was up there for, I think 5 months. And yeah, kind of fucked me up. And then once I got to the city, it was just cheap rent, had EI, which paid me all right. So I just indulged what I could get my hands on.
Mm.
And I got into some stuff with my cousins, and my cousins are all pretty shitty gangsters. So
yeah.
No.
What so what first got you into that sort of thing, and then what led you out of it?
Peer pressure, like with work, definitely, or with my cousins and whatnot. Definitely just peer pressure.
Because you were working with your cousins?
No,
No?
I was working with like a asphalt crew, but then once I was away from them, like I
Gotcha.
already had that mentality,
Yeah.
so I was able to click with them, whatnot. And
Let loose
what
a
got
little
me
bit.
out of it was really, I started realizing the impact on my health, and like I was super mentally unstable. Like one night, I was downstairs in my dad's basement, gaming for 4 days on end on Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah.
And then my dad and then like whenever my dad would wake up, I'd go run to my room, pretend to sleep for 2 hours, and get back at it. And anyway, one morning I just didn't even run to my room. I just called my dad in, fucking just peeled eyes, everything. Said we need to talk. And I opened up to him about it all, and yeah, and then relapsed probably 6 times after that. And then my good friend Zaman, she took me to my first NA meeting. Started going to those on the regular. That was in Saskatoon, at the very end of Saskatoon. And then when I got to Regina, I relapsed 2 times at the very beginning. And last time I've done it was the McGregor and Khabib fight.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's quite a bit of time ago. Like, good for you, man. Like, crap. That is quite some time ago.
A lot healthier now. That's for sure.
Yeah. A few years
Damn
clean.
near 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say I felt like that fight was a few years ago. That's good. Honestly. Yeah, keeping it up.
Yeah,
That's what I like to
congrats
hear.
for breaking the cycle and getting better, and thumbs up for you, right?
Well, it's so hard, I feel like, for most people to kind of get out of that thing. Yeah, no stress. I feel like for most people, they get into it for different reasons. Because you got into it. Main thing was like peer pressure from you. I know someone who kind of just got into this feeling like the world owed them something because they grew up in a rough living, and they felt like they were owed something, so they were just messing around with their life. So props for you for not sticking to that stuff, because that guy that I know, last time I saw him was biking around in wintertime. And like he looked skinny and unhealthy. You are out here getting your journeyman shit. That's what you're aiming towards right now, and you're doing well for yourself. So good on you.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
had some pretty scary. Had some pretty scary times during though. Like it was, yeah. And then coming off of the shit, fuck, my life just flipped. Like from like leaning out and whatnot to just my body just went into a shock. Went up to I think 289 pounds,
Oh,
and yeah,
Hmm.
very
You
drastic. Yeah, a full 180.
probably gives you a lot of perspective on like things in life and stuff. Just having that like sort of change. I couldn't
and
imagine.
I mean hardships nowadays that would probably break a person are manageable, but the anxiety from that kind of shit in my life gave me in situations like that makes it pretty difficult. That's why like weed really helped me is to kind of even me out, right? But
Yeah. No,
like
it's
even this
yeah.
this last month has been fucking shit, to be honest.
Uh,
Yeah. Well,
from
it's
work, right? Mostly from
Yeah,
work. Yeah.
just stresses.
Mm-hmm.
Learning how to deal with the stress head on now,
Mm-hmm.
really.
healthfully and attack it forward. Well, that's all in like growing as well. Like I feel like those kind of hard situations they're a struggle, but if you're able to push past them, like it's kind of cheesy, but it does make you a stronger kind of person mentally. Like I like I probably haven't been anything through like what you've been through, but there was one time I was chased in the hoods in Regina because my dumbass was like, "I'm tired. I'm not tired, but I need to sleep. I have work in the morning. Let's go for a walk and just kill some energy." And then I got chased on the way home. And after that whole, it's like a whole story for another time. But after that whole situation, like a lot of things that people are complaining about, I'm like, man, you get a whole new perspective the first time you experience stuff like that. And I was like, some of the things people are complaining about is just it's nothing. It's nothing compared to like you just learn that life could be a lot worse. I think
But
like
on that point, it is still something to a person.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Because if it impacts them heavily enough to scare them, and say, when I was in that time, it impacted me heavily enough to scare me to realize what's going on,
Yep.
that's that same level of fear, right?
yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. When I'm saying people will complain about day to day stuff, like they'll complain about their food not being right, but like those situations, like me getting like hunted down by some stranger in a car, and like what you've gone through, like that's some pretty big ordeals. Yeah,
I've been
you're right.
straight up shot at before.
Yeah, like that's something I couldn't imagine. That's like a
Mm-hmm.
whole holy shit kind of thing. What about you over there, David? You been through anything scary?
Scary that off of my mind right now. Two things. When I was young, super young, I was like 12 or 13. I was with my buddy Connor. I think both of you met him at one point. At probably at Bryce's house. Connor. We were super young, just walking back home, right, delivering whatever, play some video games, and some guy came right up to us with a knife. He's like, "Hey, give me your wallet." I was like, "Well, I don't have a wallet." It's like, "Give me something." They wanted like my phone or something. We just booked her. He starts chasing after us a little bit, but he was, I guess, slow, and we're just young and playing football. We just outran the shit out of him. They're like, "Holy shit, does that really happen?" We just booked it after we saw that knife. That's probably the wrong thing to do, but we just like, "Fuck you." We just left.
Uh,
Yeah, that was the
I
first
don't
one that
know.
I can remember. Very young. Another one, I was with the girlfriend. We were in the car. We were out and about somewhere, out of Regina. Scary thing about this, we were out of Regina. We were making out in the car, whatever, trying to be alone. And a, another Jeep, like Wrangler, shows up, parks in front of us. This is like out in butt knows nowhere, right? We're like 20 minutes or 30 minutes out of Regina. Flashes his lights a few times at us. Is like, what the fuck you doing? I turn on my car. I flash my lights back. He starts honking, and then he's getting closer and closer to us. And he's like, holy shit, what is happening? Like we're out of nowhere in this car coming at us. So we left. started the car up, got back on the highway, going back to Regina. He followed us all the way back to Regina. Like we were about to call the cops. It's like, "Yo, we'll lose him in Regina." So we turned the corner, he's still chasing us. We saw one of those out of this edge of the city. There was a school. We parked around the school, and we didn't see him since. But we got chased from 20 minutes from out of Regina back in Regina. That was another thing that was super scary. The girlfriend was flipping out. I was like, "What the hell does this guy want?" I'm not stopping for him. I just went. We didn't. He had no business being around us, and yeah, he was just scaring the shit out of us. Didn't want to know what he wanted, but we lost him.
Best thing to do there is just to pull up to a cop shop.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I would say. I would just pull out. I would just like hold down on the horn as I'm pulling up to the cop shop.
Yeah.
That'll get him out there.
No, we lost him. So
back home on the booze cruises, I used to do that to people once in a while. Just swallow them until they'd start.
Oh, it was probably you, you son of a bitch. Was that you? This was like 4 years ago. This is probably you.
Yeah, he had this plotted since the very beginning.
He
hunted you down, although he got his way into my life so he could find you at one of my parties. He's been plotting.
Like, look at this couple right here. What a fool. I'm going to scare the shit out of them. Gets closer, flashes the lights. That was you, son of a bitch.
I've had,
I wouldn't even own a Jeep.
No. It was a Jeep. It was like a Wrangler. It was a white, like, newer style Wrangler.
I'd have to say I had something similar, but where we were getting followed, but it was more comical.
Mm-hmm.
I was with a guy I used to chat with named Sam, and we were driving around in Pilot Butte, I believe. We were just cruising around. We went all the way to Pilot Butte because it's not that far out of Regina, and we're driving around in Pilot Butte. We get the car going through a little park. And then we come out that park and we're driving around, and then this big truck out of nowhere pulls around a corner and starts following us. Everywhere we go, it's just following us. And we took it comically, and we were kind of just goofing around with it and trying to lose him. Like we would do dumb stuff like, oh, we'll signal right and go left. And I think they thought we were lost or something. I think that's what it was. Because after they kind of found out we knew they were following us, they just drove away. But I don't know. It's not as weird as yours, because you were making out and then they're just creeping up and flashing and not leaving you alone.
Ruined the whole moment. Yeah.
Yeah. You were trying to get it on, and this guy's coming up being a dick.
Got cock blocked.
It's just
big cock block right there. Yeah.
Yeah, we were just aimlessly driving around, and this guy comes up and then leaves after a while, gives up on us.
Like, sure, I understand, like, road rage. I'm with me or with parents I'm driving with, or worst of all, my grandparents have terrible, terrible road rage. You get caught off or something happens on the road. My grandparents will follow that person home, grab a bat or something like that, and like threaten to kill his life. Like it's yeah. I've been in the car.
That's some Russian level road rage, man. You ever watch those YouTube videos?
Yeah,
of, like,
it's like that. It happens. 100% it happens. It wasn't caught on video at this point, but I'm just in the passenger or in the back seat, and this is happening. Like we're at some stranger's house, and my grandpa and some dude like just, I don't know, almost sideswiped him or whatever, like an accident. It's like, you got to get your license revoked or something. And it's like, I'll kill you next time you get around me. It's like, oh, Grandpa, settle down. Gramps.
It could have been an accident. Sometimes it is just a mistake.
Yeah, but I'm not.
I know. Yeah. I know. I've made a mistake a couple of times. I've had a guy who almost cut me off too, and then he realized and waved at me. I was like, "Oh, no problem. It happens."
You didn't follow him home and threaten his life?
No.
And kill his children? No? Okay.
You think I should have? What about you, Zach? You think I should have? No.
So it's a bit extreme, but that's like, holy shit, is this happening? Like, why are you doing this? Like, we have like appointment to get to. I'm missing my hockey game, Grandpa.
No, I
pissed off my fair share of people.
Yeah.
Mostly just from intoxicated driving, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Oh man, I've driven with Zach. It's a vibe.
Fun times.
We drove back from like Moose Jaw to Regina. It was a good time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ah, dude,
I miss
I mean,
days like that. That was good shit.
yeah. Well, we had fun. I kind of look back at it like those. As of right now, those were the good old days.
Yeah.
These days will never be the good old days. This is grind time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm doing what I
Yep.
can for training. You know, trying to follow the guidelines best I can to train, and I'm doing work and I'm making money, progressing with stuff. But
How are you progressing with work? Like, how's that going?
so right now, I've had 2 pay raises since I started, and then it's quite easy, honestly. I can the great thing about this job is it's the easiest work in the world, but you can make it sound so great. It's it's easy work. I I'm looking at it right now as my aim career is to like chase MMA, and all goes wrong, I have the ability to open my own gym, and then coach my own kids and students and adults one day. And if that goes all wrong, I go work for my stepdad and tell him to put me in a position so that I can take his job one day. So
Got
I
your
think I'm
plan A,
set.
plan B, plan C. You're set.
Yeah. I was even talking with Liam. I suggested the idea of opening our own business as well. So, you know, I've thought about it. A lot of time not doing like entertain I think everyone needs a period where they kind of take a break from having fun with friends at a certain point. Because when you're not doing a whole lot besides work, then you start to think, oh, like I don't want to do this. This is it. I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. I don't want to sell hats on the wall for the rest of my life. This is where you're going to think, what do I want to do? Then you get rough ideas and stuff to play around with. And I don't think you have to have it figured out, maybe not even in your 20s, but you get an idea at least. And then you can go back and just kind of work on it. So that's my long winded answer.
Yeah. I don't even have a plan A or a plan B. I'm not even worried about that. I got to worry about my plan A first. I have no clue.
Well, we can open a gym together,
Yeah.
right? You can do kung fu classes, and I could do
Fuck.
Muay Thai classes and jujitsu classes. There you go.
I don't know if there's money in that. That's the only thing.
And
Like it might be a passion, might be a hobby, but end of the day, you need a paycheck to pay the bills to get more successful in life to get right. So it's
I
hard.
think it all depends on how you are as a coach and how you set your gym atmosphere up. I mean, there's obviously money in it. I mean, if there's some gyms can make it in Regina, okay, you can make it anywhere.
Talking about hobbies, you said you horse breed, Zach, right?
Train thoroughbreds actually, like racehorses.
And do you race them
For
yourself? Like, do you test them a little bit? Hop on the horse and it's like, giddy up, let's go. You do that?
I don't ride those ones. They're straight athletes.
You
Yeah.
were
The
telling
guy,
me.
a man my size could hurt a horse like that. So
Really?
I just do a lot of the training, the exercising, like scheduling it, whatnot. Sometimes we have his truck set up so like we can run him with the truck. Um,
Well, if a guy
yeah.
your
Otherwise,
size, you can like add it to their like, I don't know, running schedules. Like, here's some extra weight. Here's a grown ass man on your back now. Give her, and that's part of their routine. Without break
no,
them.
they're very delicate. They're huge. They're strong, but they're also very delicate when they're at that level of exertion.
Okay.
And then
So,
the ones that are at your level, are you telling are those the crazy ones you were telling me about when I was talking with you the one day?
they're not as crazy anymore. I mean,
What do you mean crazy?
they're still
What did I
fun.
miss here?
Well, we were
Um,
just talking, and he was talking about how he like rode horses. No, he was making a joke because I did jujitsu, and he's like, you like to like roll with boys, and I was like, yeah, well, you're the sicko who likes to ride on a horse. And then he says, I haven't ridden on one in years. These ones are too crazy.
Oh, if you have a hat like Zack, of course you can ride horses. Like, I wouldn't doubt it.
Cowboy, man. He's
Well,
got
when they're a saddle horse, yeah, but we just deal with race horses, right? Like
Mhm.
they're
Yeah.
specifically trained to run, and that's it. They sit in their pen or they sit in their stall until they go out and run.
Do you bet on the
That's-
races? Do you do that?
I don't do that kind of racing.
Oh,
It's something
okay.
called Indian relay racing, actually.
And how does that
It's-
work? Like, what's different between like a normal horse race? Like you go, like I see in Europe a lot.
Yeah, it's very very much different. The track's the same.
Okay.
The horses are the same.
Okay.
Uh, the spectators are the same humans, I guess.
Okay. Of course.
Uh,
There's an audience, but what's like the game like?
It's very
Like,
different.
if it's
Let me
different,
list
well,
you the reasons why it's the same.
okay, so in front of the grandstands, you'll have 4 to 6 so-called boxes. They're little, say, 10-foot sections that stick out maybe 10, 12 feet. And in those boxes is your team.
Mhm.
And in a team, you have 3 horses, 1 rider, and 3 groundspeople. A catcher, a setup man, and a back holder. So basically, your setup man, like off the start of the race,
Mhm.
is back at the starting line, out of the box, holding the horse for the rider. Everything is bareback. The rider jumps up, gets on the horse's back. They go. That does 1 lap. By that time, the setup man's back in the box. The horse that was just running comes into the box, and the catcher catches that horse full sprint as the rider hops off, runs up to the next, and that setup man's holding the second horse, hops on that one, and does a lap.
Okay.
And then repeats 1 more time. So it's 3 laps, and then best of that wins. And the fun thing about that is in that exchange, there's 4 to 6 teams around you, which is, well, 3 horses per team. It gets
Yeah.
pretty fucking chaotic. So shit can go wrong really fucking quick.
What's the worst
Yeah.
that's happened? Like, what's like the worst thing you've seen?
Worst I've seen was actually this last year. Right in front of me, our horse, he got kicked in the back by a horse in the next box as he was coming in and stood up and did a little pawing action.
Mm-hmm.
Clopped Buddy right in the back of the head, knocked him
Oh.
out for a few seconds. But luckily he was knocked out in front of that one, and that horse didn't really jump over him.
Mm-hmm.
So he was able to like find his bearings, get up and grab that horse. But yeah.
Holy.
That's crazy
Otherwise,
stuff.
otherwise, I've had ribs broken and whatnot in a race,
Getting
just being a grounds person.
Getting trampled or just like shoved against something.
Just hit or shoved against the fence. Yeah.
Mm,
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
I'll do
Oh, I
my
bet.
research, and this is called what again? This is called
Indian relay racing.
Indian relay racing. Okay, I'm gonna research this after this podcast here. Check it
Oh,
out.
yeah. Yeah.
Seems very
Oh,
interesting.
You can get quite hurt by them. I know.
Mhm.
I was just trying to annoy Zach the one time we were chatting about it, but you get hit by one of those big man, it's
It
gonna-
worked.
What?
It worked. Son of a bitch.
I was just trying to annoy him. I was like, dude, TIE fighters can definitely kick as hard as a horse. Like, no, they can't, obviously, but I wanted to piss him off, so I was like doing everything I could to just be like, yes, they can.
If we find a horse, okay, and you're by a horse, Bryce, I want you to stand
No.
behind a horse and slap him on
It's
the
a
ass.
joke.
Let me see what happens.
It's a joke. I already know what's gonna happen. Like,
Little
That's
jackass moment there. Just slap that horse right in the ass and see what happens.
Bob and weave.
Like girl standing in front of when the buffalo come out.
Yeah.
I'll bob and weave. Watch me.
Yeah, use your
What?
jiu-jitsu skills then. Let's see that.
You'll be in like a bobbing position as you're flying through the air.
Watch me. No, I'm
Uh,
kidding. What do you think would win, a kangaroo or a horse? Because kangaroos are known to be quite
no,
lethal.
horse.
I,
Money is on the
no, I
horse.
was actually looking into this, and like a kangaroo's kick could actually compete against a horse.
I'm gonna
Like that's
disagree on that. Horse all the way.
no. There was
Bigger beast.
like horses.
The thing about that is a horse is on 4 legs. It could swat you and then take one step and then fucking cow kick your ass. A kangaroo has to hop back on its tail and give you one kick and then rebalance and do it again.
That one kick is enough. They're so precise and they generate so much power. They could like puncture you. Like horses cause stuff like breaking bones, right? And I only looked into this briefly, but like horses do that stuff. They
You
might
did your
concuss
research
you.
on horses against kangaroos. I see.
Yeah, I
Okay.
did. I did. I did. And apparently, it's like a pretty like arguable thing. Put that into your research.
How'd you even go down that rabbit hole?
First world problems right there. Who's gonna win a fight between these two animals? I want to know.
I'm sure some YouTuber has made a video on it.
Oh yeah, there's probably fights on this. Yeah.
I like to watch Tierzu on YouTube because he puts everything on like on an analytical skill level, and he'll say, "Oh, these are what these animals are good at, and they probably beat this animal." I don't know how to explain his channel, but it's actually like super interesting the way he goes about explaining animals. He puts it on some like ranking tier level and be like, "Oh, this is why this bear is better than this bear, and if I wanted to choose a bear to be, this is the bear because he's pretty good for this." I don't know. It's pretty interesting.
Just went down that rabbit hole.
I did. It was a pretty good race. I don't remember it though.
What'd you say,
all I
Zack?
know.
So this fan I have on is making me sniffly as fuck.
Dude,
Whenever
turn
I
it
have
off.
a fan going on me. It's fucking hot in here, boy. It's like 25 degrees out today.
Just strip
It is opposite.
Ladies will love it.
Opposite here. It is 11. It's actually 11 or 10 degrees.
He's going for it. I don't know what I started
this podcast. Oh, you look good. You look good. I like the Jack Daniels shirt and the hat. It's very good. I like the tree behind you.
Send him a photographer so it can be on Vogue.
Yeah. You're ready for a photo shoot. That's what I'm seeing right now. Yeah.
You know, one time I actually went to the bar looking like this, the straight like the same getup, and someone asked me if I was Jack Daniels rep.
Nice.
What'd you tell him?
Yeah.
Oh, what did I say? Well, yeah, I asked him, would a Jack Daniels rep be this drunk at this hour? And then he kind of answered his own question.
Smart answer. Smart question.
Well, I would say, well, yeah, it shows that Jack Daniels is a good time. That would be my answer. If they're all getting drunk for their job, drinking Jack Daniels must be good.
Is that your top hard liquor right there, Jack Daniels?
Fuck no, Wisers or R&R.
Okay. And then what's your like next two like below that? Like what's your go-tos?
Next two. You're asking a lot right now.
If that's all you drink, that is fair. You can leave it as
on
that.
The counter. Whatever's on the counter.
Yeah. Whatever I can get my hands on.
I mean that old number 7, that is a close third, but after that, maybe Capped. Some spice rum.
Yeah.
Spice rum.
Can't go wrong with spice rum.
I usually I've been drinking whiskey more than anything else recently, but like I'm a spice rum guy, I think, above anything else. I'll drink beer and spiced rum, and those are like my top two. I go
white rum.
Never had it.
Right now I'm in gin and tequila. I've been drinking a lot. Making drinks.
I just tried gin recently.
Some white London dry gin. A bit of some fruity shit, or if not, mix it with some club soda with some lime. Oh, it's good. I can drink that all day.
You tried Ryan Reynolds Aviation Gin?
No, I have not. Ryan Reynolds, no.
Yeah, he has a gin. It's Aviation Gin. I that's why I tried it recently, because I was like, oh, this is Ryan Reynolds, and it's at my liquor store. I'll give it a go. I was like, it's pretty good.
There was a Deadpool tequila I bought from the store, and that was pretty good.
Hmm.
It was like a little promotion thing for Deadpool, the first one when it came out. Like, yeah, I'm taking
Oh.
that. I'm drinking that.
You know the name.
Vodka makes me crazy. I can't
Vodka.
do it.
Mhm.
It makes it. I hear for vodka, it makes a lot of people fight. Is that what you do when you drink vodka? Or?
Brings out
Yeah.
the
I was
Russian
at, I
in
was
ya.
at the I was at the good old bare ass beach in Saskatoon one time, and I chugged quarter of a bottle of Ciroc. And one of my buddies I was going to school with told me hockey was better than football.
And that just
I
triggered.
mean,
Just
they
triggered
both
you
suck.
as like, yeah, fight right now. Drop the mitts.
It took 3 guys to stuff me in the back of Buddy's Sunfire. And while I was in the back, I was so pissed because Buddy kept walking by the window going like, whatever, whatever. And the fuck, that just ramped me up. Ended up breaking his seat, like, like the 2 doors, how the seat like
Yeah.
ratchet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I destroyed that.
Holy. Fuck. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Rebooting.
Funny. Well, in all honesty, I think they both suck equally, and there's only one sport worth watching. So
Golfing. Golf.
no,
No, that's not it.
Poker.
Poker.
Croquet, actually, croquet.
Thought so. Ringette.
Ringette
Ringette for you.
No, man, it's croquet. Okay, you're gonna tell me cricket's better? Let's throw down. I obviously MMA for me, but
That's not a sport.
it is
It's
combat sport.
just kid. I don't want any fights. I'm
No,
good. I was
That's
just
it.
kidding.
I'm coming back just to whoop you. I'm bringing Zack as my backup.
Fuck, I'm not supporting that.
Wow,
No
Zack,
supports for you. Nope.
that hurts.
I mean, I'll take the free ride home, but I'm not supporting it.
I'm hurt, Zack.
But then
Why do you
again,
want to-
hockey is better than football. Okay, that's
I don't know. When we went to that
nothing, Zach.
Pats
No.
game, dude,
Okay.
that was so bad to watch. I guess they are like low levels, but every time these guys got the hockey puck when they were defending, they just slung it forward and never did it.
That was just a shitty game at the Pats. That's Regina Pats for you for the last 2 years. Is shit.
Dude, I don't even watch hockey, but I know if you're just gonna give it to them, there's the only time I would sling it forward is if we really need to collect ourselves for a second to get back in like a nice position. But if you have the space, go up with the puck.
I feel like you're more of a defenseman, and then Zach is like a goalie. I think Zach is just like, yeah, I'm just gonna stand here,
I don't
catch a
have
puck if it
patience.
comes by. Did you play base?
No,
No.
I'd be goon.
You'll be a goon. You'll be out there. Can you skate?
No.
No. Okay. How are you gonna catch him then?
You see the movie Goon? You don't need to know how to skate.
That's true.
Exactly.
All right,
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
Waddle.
All right. Zach, you can be my goon, and I'll run up. I'll run up with the puck.
Did you play
You-
football back
you'll
in the
be
day,
my,
Zach?
Yes, I did actually. My first game, first play of first game, got kicked out of the game.
For doing what? What'd you do? I want to hear this.
Of course you would.
Lit a guy up like 2 minutes after the whistle because it pissed me off.
Gotcha. Okay. And you didn't get a warning? It was like, you're straight out of the game. That's it?
Because I did a really good job.
I did a really good job. Did you at least take out their best player when you did this?
I don't fucking know. I just wanted to light that guy up.
You pissed me off. Number 55, you're mine.
During the game, not during the game, when you're eating, when you're sleeping, you piss me off, man.
Was this high school level or like city level? Like when were you playing?
It's on the Pats.
On the what?
I was playing for the New England Patriots.
Oh, Regina, New England Patriots. I don't know
that?
what.
No, I was playing for the Vikings. And NBC. and then,
Who are you actually playing for? You're fucking with me.
I'm for real. They're the Vikings. Google it right now.
All right.
I know there's a Patriots team in Regina because I had someone come into the store asking for like Regina Patriots gear. I'm like, what the fuck is that? It's a football team. What? What? But it's like a lower level. Like it's not any
Like a rec league.
yeah, it's like a rec league. I don't know. I was like, I don't know why I'd have that shit here.
The NBCHS Vikings.
He's looking it up right now.
I
Let
am
him
looking
do
it up.
Yeah.
Oh man. So what your play time was like a total of like 5 minutes?
Well, no, I play different games and whatnot. They had me as a safety one game, which I was shook that they actually did that. But
I
yeah, I didn't
Oh.
do good on that.
I
What's your
hate
best
being
performance?
safety so much. That's how I got injured being safety. My last game of football here, I'll tell you this. They put me at safety for my last year in grade 12 football. And this big, tall kid, skinny as hell, is like, yeah, you're last man. If somebody gets by you, that's your fault. I was like, well, I don't want that position. That's shitty. All my other years, I was either receiver, tight end, or I was on the line, defense line or O line. So they put me at safety. So we're in a
What did you play
game.
on D line?
Hmm?
What did you play on D line?
They had me all over the place. I was D line for like half a year, and then they put me on O line for some reason. I was believe this, I was center for most of my years. I was the one running the ball back. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I was in that position and just getting my balls a little tickled every game in practice. That was me. Explains a lot, right? Like, sorry. Okay, back to the safety. Back to the safety. Guy was coming in with the ball. I was getting ready. I don't know if you can hear me, but I was getting ready to tackle him. He went for my knees. Like he just dived and I was ready to tackle him. So I was leaning away from him. I didn't want him to go for my knees. Caught my knee, buckled my knee in. I couldn't walk for a good 6 weeks, and I had a third degree tear in my ligaments, my MCL, and destroyed my whole year, 2 years actually of hockey and football. I couldn't play any sports.
Damn.
Last year, grade 12, that's what happened. So I hate the position safety, bad memories.
Football wrote off my athletic career too.
Yeah?
So I ended up spending 2 weeks in the hospital for a bunch of tears in my spinal muscles.
Mm.
Not
Was that
fun.
from being like just crushed, or did you pull something? Like what happened there?
What was the injury that led to that?
Wasn't an injury, it's more my workouts. I really liked that thing where like your front, like you're laying on your belly sort of thing, but there's a support pretty much from your ankles to your hips, and then you pick up a weight and you like pick it up
Mm-hmm.
like with your back muscles.
Yeah. So you're just getting up with the weights caused that injury.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then once I was actually playing, I like tweaked something, and then I went home that night and then tried to take a shit, and then ended up getting picked up by the ambulance.
Holy.
Yeah, that's no fun. That is no fun. Can't say I've had an injury that bad.
The two of us right there had our careers done with football injuries. Not good.
Oh, that
Damn
is your
sports.
mistake. You chose football.
Those
Hey, I'm a
football.
heavy dude mechanic. I should have a strong back.
Yeah. Need one. Be bending over a lot.
Phrasing.
Oh, you do. I work at
yeah,
I work at a dealership, and I'm in the back a lot, and I see all the mechanics leaning over the cars, and it's like that could be bad on the back. Some guy's planking, like the plank. He's laying on the frame of the car with his feet just straight up in the air, so he doesn't have to lean with his back. He's just like planking on the car just to get at the motor. Just a weird technique he's doing. It's just like, okay, that's a you thing.
That's the nice thing about heavy duty stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's bigger than you.
Yeah.
It's a whole lot easier in that fashion.
Hold on. I'll be right back.
Uh-oh.
Hold on.
Uh-oh. Someone's in trouble. He can't hear us right now. Yeah. Let's watch this. I can hear him. I can still hear him.
Oh, wait.
Oh, I can't hear him anymore. Okay.
Oh, we got the cuts.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you be like, I mean, injuries come with anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's part of the
Team,
part
part
of
of
the
the.
game.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta take care after yourself, and hopefully you don't put yourself in a weird situation where you get injured. But sometimes you're unlucky.
Yep. Like I actually posted a TikTok of me getting fucking smashed into a metal pole by a horse, and it is I think 95,000 views now.
Oh,
My
that's
best
that's real good
best
for
video ever
view wise, but
posted
it's
yet.
not good because you got hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna tell you how many likes they got though.
probably a lot of likes.
It was a flop in that sense, but
Mm-hmm.
hey, got a lot of views,
Yeah,
a lot of exposure.
put yourself out there like that. I don't even have TikTok. You have TikTok. I know. We'll see if Bryce has TikTok. I don't. What do you think?
Well, you've seen the video.
Oh, he has. I haven't seen this video. Are you
What
in
video?
trouble, Bryce?
No. I just needed help with something.
The one of me getting dummied by that horse into the truck.
Oh, I
TikTok.
haven't seen that.
Oh, shit, you have to have.
I don't think so.
We're
It has
talking
like
about TikTok.
94,000.
You have TikTok, Bryce?
Oh, yeah, I do.
So Zach
See if
posted
you
a
can show
video of him getting smashed, horse related again.
Let me go find it.
Oh, it looks
You
like he
can
hasn't
show.
seen it.
I'm
Look at
I
that.
probably have seen this.
I'm on my phone, so I can't show shit.
Yeah. You're gonna look at this podcast or the whenever I post this because your frame rate on my side is like you're taking photos. You're like back and forth, like
I go,
standard. Like I can't see your mouth moving at all. It's just like you frame by frame. So when you
Oh,
see this,
shit.
I can hear you perfectly. Audio picks up, but it's gonna be like photo after photo.
which one
You're
is
posing for
Bit
me.
by bit.
Yeah.
it? That's not it. That's not it. Or maybe this is it. Is it the most recent one you put?
How long ago was this?
It's the one with the most views.
Go most
Maybe.
popular or something.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah, it's that one. Oh yeah, that thing I just threw. That thing did not want to listen to you.
Was it bad? Like, was that your reaction right there?
Yeah. Zack's
I
just
don't have
manhandled it.
TikTok. I don't know if should I get TikTok just to watch this video? Maybe.
I mean, I could show it. I don't. Gee, that's not even focusing. Here we go. Here we go.
That's the one.
It's in reverse.
Boom. There's like a metal bar going around the box, and yeah, my ribs met that, and the horse met
Oh.
me before it landed.
Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. You're still standing, so you're a tough guy.
Wow,
That's nothing
Zack,
to you.
Fucking bitch of a mare.
Zack ain't a bitch. He's a real man.
Yeah. Superman.
He's a powerhouse, man. Like I coached you a couple times, and we did like pad work, and you're like, I love being pushed, and he just accepted. I put very high pace on, and sometimes it's just by accident. I put a high pace on people, and that's just comes with experience.
Zach
Zack
has some
loved that.
power behind all of his actions, so watch out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No, he was good. Zack was pretty good.
Deals with horses every day. You deal with like, do you work on the ranch every day, like doing all this? You have to like make it like.
No, I didn't know ranch. It's not that badass. It's basically just putting them out for exercise, turning them in, tall walking them, lunging them once in a while. It's not real hard work. Like even stalls, I don't really clean stalls no more.
Okay.
Just because my auntie's husband's a fucking dick, and I don't want to do work for him.
Oh, that's shit work, anyways.
Yeah, I'll leave that up to his fucking slaves he has out there, working
Yeah.
for free and shit, getting treated like shit.
Mhm.
Not for me.
Nope. Stay away from
One
that.
time I I drove out to Little Pine, Saskatchewan, not too far from North Battleford from Edmonton. Helped out with the horses, tied them up, kept them moving, everything. Come race time, he's like, "Oh, did you hear? Someone took your spot. You're not racing today." I'm like, "You mean I drove 4 hours
Yeah,
to
what the
come out
hell?
here and like do your horse shit for you for free with nothing in return? That's a little fucked up." So
Did you put your foot down, or that you didn't get anything out of it?
no, I just talked shit to him about everybody I could.
Yeah.
Made him look like the piece of shit he was being. So then the next day he let me race. But even this year, I think when I go out to races, I'm not going to race for his team.
Yeah.
I'll go loan myself out to someone else.
Smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be helping that guy in any sort of capacity. I wouldn't. Fuck that. No, sir.
Yeah, you don't want to work for nothing, right? So
No.
then again, that's a very like niche business you're in for the horse racing, I guess.
It's unique. Like
Yeah.
I don't know many people. The only guy I know in that business, most
Like,
people I know are in kind of generic jobs.
yeah, not in horse racing. Like I have family that's on the farm that has horses and they ride sometimes.
Only reason I might work with his team is because this girl I'm talking to owns a horse that she
Oh.
keeps out there.
I thought you were gonna say is a
And,
girl is like she's cute and I'm trying to get in her.
She's quite the person. She's down in Tulsa, Oklahoma right now, shooting a TV show that's gonna be on Disney Plus, I think,
A
next
Disney
month.
TV show.
Shit.
Yeah.
What do you know what it's called, or you don't know the specifics?
It's called Reservation Dogs.
I've
It's
heard
a-
of this. No fucking way.
Have you?
I have heard
Have
of
you?
this. Yes, I have Disney Plus.
Yeah,
Yes.
she stars in it.
She's in it. She's not. Oh, I thought she was like working for the company. I was like, oh, that is
No,
real
she
cool.
stars in it. Like the title picture, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
There's on the far left. There's the one in the cowboy hat.
Yeah, that's her.
That's
I
her.
have to take the photo again, but I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's coming in like next month or 2 months from now. Yeah. Oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
Because I would see ads on it on Disney Plus. Oh, that is super cool. I gotta check that
That's
out
what
then.
she's doing right now.
That's sick.
And then she finishes up shooting that on the 27th, and then she comes back for 2 weeks, and then she's off to New York to go for the big premiere for it, like the big film festival.
Okay. And you're gonna chase after her or no?
I'm not really chasing. It's kind of.
Well, he's a big deal, man. Now he's on our podcast, so she's gonna be like, "Oh, he's on Our Bottomless Dream. I need him."
Yeah.
He's a big deal now.
Next thing we know, like you're gonna be in New York. Like, where the fuck did you go, Zack?
No, it's actually her third movie.
Oh,
She's in the business. That's good. Good for her. Stay close to her. I like her already.
I'm a little jealous.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
That's good.
That's good.
That's good, man.
That's
Anything else you wanna I don't know, mention or discuss on before we wrap things up here? We've been going for about an hour here. I was just saying.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just good hanging out with you guys.
Yeah.
Really.
This is another reason why we're doing this. Like I get to see Bryce and other friends that I haven't seen in a while because of distance problems, because you live in a different province, and also COVID. That sucks, right? So another reason just to talk and chill and catch up with people, right? And see how things going.
We got a list of people who are what we want to throw on the podcast, but I felt like this was a pretty solid podcast, so we'll probably bring you back.
Every podcast is a solid podcast.
Every podcast, but they all get better by each one. I think this was, so by that logic, this is our best one. Good job.
So for the viewers that don't don't know who Zack is, Zack, do you want to mention any place that they can find you, like Twitter or TikTok or
So,
Instagram? Do you want to mention like a plugin or anything like that? You don't have to.
any social media,
No,
or you can advertise a business if you
Awesome.
like, or anything along those lines.
I'm alright.
All right.
Ah, no problem.
Awesome.
Well,
I'm good. I'm good playing it quiet.
Quiet is good. I prefer quiet too. I just trying to like get more involved with YouTube and stuff, and I just
Yeah.
it's cool to edit stuff. It's a hobby of mine.
it's pretty fun.
Yeah, it is.
Uh,
Okay,
Right. Well, thank you, Zach, for being on the podcast.
it was good.
We very much loved having you on here. And
Good being with you guys.
Yeah, we
and
for sure have to
Hey, hang on.
Oh,
I need to finish my 4th beer while we're doing this.
so
okay.
were you drinking 4 beers during this whole hour?
Yeah.
4.5.
4.5 beers in 1 hour. That's good. I didn't even notice. I thought it was the same beer you're sipping. It's like, there's a lot of beer in that fucking beer can.
No. Yeah, I worked tomorrow.
nothing less from Zach. I expect nothing less from Zach.
That is awesome.
Anyone
Cheers, man.
watching at home,
Cheers.
join the Discord, and you could potentially get a chance to talk to this man if he decides to grace the server with his presence.
Mhm.
And if you're interesting enough on there, maybe we'll bring you on as a guest as well. You never know. So get in that description, join that. Thanks, Zach, for joining us. Thanks, David, for co-hosting.
Thanks, Zach.
and
Yeah, no problem.
it's been Our Bottomless Dream.
Hope to see you guys again soon.